We are live now. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new series called Mediation Trailblazers, a series by YCM where we bring together brilliant young minds from across the world who are shaping the future of conflict resolution through mediation and negotiation competitions. Today, we have with us Advocate Avadhut, someone whose journey in mediation competitions has truly stood out. From his reflective approach to his calm confidence in negotiation rounds, Avadhut represents the kind of emerging mediator we love to celebrate. Welcome, Avadhut, once again. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us today.
The pleasure is mine, and thank you for inviting me for today's interview.
Thank you. So let's start at the very beginning. Could you tell us a bit about yourself, your background, and what you're currently pursuing, and how you first got the interest in mediation or ADR?
Okay, I'll start with my name. My name is Avadhut Gaidoye, and I'm from Belgaum, a small city in Karnataka. And I have completed my BBA prior entering into LLB, so I had a good, strong background in management. And my interest into mediation started when I began to understand how strong and powerful communication can be when you try to understand a particular conflict and try to resolve it. The idea of disputes can be settled very peacefully while preserving relationships and really trying to bring the people together for a common purpose. So when I found out that when I was in LLB, obviously we all always study about conflicts and all the perspectives, laws, and everything. There was one slithering of hope wherein you can enter, you can conflict, you can enter into it, resolve the entire thing, and come out happily without wasting your lot of money or time. So that drove my interest into it. So that's how I got interested into ADRS.
It's great to know that uh, your journey towards the ADR. And with that, the next question to you is how did you first come across mediation competitions? Was it through your university peers or just curiosity that pulled you in?
Okay, this is something I would like to share with you. It's a quite interesting story. I used to rarely attend colleges. My perspective was I should go to the court. There is where I'll be belonging for the next 60, 70 years, whatever my lifespan is, I'll be belonging there, I'll be going there. So because of which my attendance in my college was very low. And there was one thing, if you could attend any competitions, they could add those days of competitions into your attendance sheet. And that's how you could increase your attendance. So I had already participated in moot courts, couple of moot courts. So when I went into screening, they had to give opportunity to the young coming students. So there was this one competition in Hubli, Karnataka. It was their first ever ADRS competition. It was for negotiation. So everybody was scared. It was new, something new. And I was like, I have no option. I have to increase my attendance, right? So I had to go there. I did my screening and somehow I got selected. And during that process, I understood that it is not about debates, it is not about preparing an entire thing. You'll be given a script. You have to understand the characters, you have to understand their problems, and try to make sure that you respect the opposite party as well as your own client. And this is how you have to negotiate. And that developed that interest into me. And that made me more closer to the client perspective than moot court could ever do it for me. So that is how I started to go into negotiations and ADRS, and that is how my journey began into this field.
It was during which year of your college?
I believe I have pursued my 3 year LLB. In the first year of LLB, I was into moot court. Second year, also into moot courts, but that is how in second year, I guess in the later semesters, I started to begin into taking interest into negotiations. So
Got
that is
it.
how it was.
Got it. So you have participated in quite few competitions now,
Yeah.
although for the attendance purpose, but still. Is
Yeah.
there one that really stands out for you? Maybe because it challenged you or taught you something new.
The international mediation competition, which was held by Lexpecto, and The silver lining for that was it was not only about ADRS, it combined all the aspects of legology. For example, moot courts, mediations, negotiations, everything was combined into one single competition, and I wanted to be a part of it. So when I entered into it, the level of professionalism, the culture which they brought, I got to understand where I stand, and somehow we tried to push through the first few rounds of it. But by the time we went through the first few rounds of it, we were quite lucky as well that we completely won that entire tournament. So that particular instance, I realized that ADRS is a very beautiful thing. Even though I was nobody, it was my first time getting into mediation. I won an international level one. So there is no place for, experience or anything like that. It is just the way you can understand one person, you can hear the person say, and try to resolve the matter while preserving the relationship. So yeah, that particular competition stands out for me.
That's interesting. Can you share your winning experience and what made you to win the competition? Any inputs for the upcoming mediators and the negotiators as well who are preparing for the competition? The pro tips to
Okay,
win
I'm
the
gonna save a
competition.
lot of time for young generations. I'm gonna save a lot of time. Do not stress out about anything. That's the one thing. Once you get a script, we used to read it day and night. We used to pretend you are this guy, I'm this guy. We used to have that moot negotiations all the run. But the simple fact is, the once you enter into such competitions, when you're on that table, you cannot predict what the other person is going to say. You cannot predict the outcome. You cannot predict the statements he's going to make. The only thing which is in your control is your posture, your confidence, and your calmness. So I'm going to save a lot of time. Just make sure that when you listen, don't listen to respond, listen to resolve. That's the simple thing which I understood, and that is how we get got into. Our positions used to respond to our questions, and we were actively trying to find out solutions for those problems. So that got us a lot of points, and that is how we eventually won that entire tournament.
Great. Uh, so a lot of patience is required. And
Yes.
even though if you didn't prepare also, whatever comes on the table, you have to pick it up
No,
and do it well.
preparation is required. You just don't have to
Yes.
stress about
Don't
things
stress
that,
about
yeah,
it.
don't stress about
Okay,
it. Prepare, know your facts, know your suggestions, come up with your alternatives. You have to be prepared. There is no alternative for it. But you don't have to stress out about anything.
got it. That's interesting. Also, one final question is like how important you feel like for the young students who are in their first year or in final year to get the mediation training before the competitions and like litigation, like according to you, what is the importance of mediation in law life to the law students?
Okay. Mediation is one of the most core aspects of legality. Think about it. When does a conflict begin? When does a conflict comes? When a person is not able to communicate with the other person for their wants and needs, that's how a conflict rises. And if you can break that conflict at the very root level itself, you can save a lot of money, time, and relationship. So once you enter into ADRS or negotiations, mediations, all those things, you need to understand one thing. You are not here to, prove that you are right or your client is right or this is the only right way. You are here primary to avoid the conflicts between the parties, to avoid the loss of time and economic or financial status of the person. And moreover, you are here to preserve the relations. There are certain situations where you cannot preserve the relations. I agree. But that has to be your priority. So when you use that aspects, even in your day-to-day litigation practices, it's a very important and powerful tool. As an advocate, I use it with my every client, not for somebody he is putting a litigation up to, but me and as well as my client. We are having a conversation. We are trying to negotiate certain things. He does not want to come to court. I want him to come to court. Then we negotiate. See, for first three hearings you come, next three hearings I'll manage. So each and every part of legality, each and every part of this litigation industry is based on negotiations, mediations, and it is absolutely a core part of our field.
Great. Great to know. So before we close the session for today, I would like to go on for a fun one-on-one question, like one-word
Yeah.
answer question. So all the answer for these questions should be one-word answers, okay?
Okay.
Mediation in one word to you.
Resolve.
A skill you discovered about yourself during competition.
Communication.
One quality every mediator should have.
Patience.
Complete the sentence. When there is a conflict, dash.
There is a solution.
Awesome. So, with that, we are going to wind this session. Thank you, Avadhut, for joining us today and for sharing your journey with such honesty and warmth. Your story is a reminder that mediation is such about empathy and reflection as it's about skill. To everyone watching, if you're inspired by stories like Avadhut's and want to explore mediation and negotiation further, follow YCM and stay tuned for our upcoming programs, workshops, and global collaborations. Next one, we are starting this upcoming weekend. We are starting our IMI certified mediation training. Until next time, keep learning, keep listening, and always remember you can resolve it. Thank you, Avadh. Thank you.